Thanksgiving Day, and we are on our way to Salado, Texas, which I've heard described as a cute little Hallmark Christmas town. This is someplace I've been going since I was a kid, and we started going down here for Thanksgiving a few years ago, and it's really fun. Cannot wait to show you around.
I honestly love the drive because it's great to see nothing after being in a crowded city all the time. Although one thing I love to see are the cows. That's kind of fun, cows and horses. If you've never driven through Texas, you may not be familiar with Buc-ee's, but it's the best bathroom stop ever. There's the Salado Water Tower. It's quiet on Main Street today since it's a holiday, but that's exactly what we're here for. There's Salado Creek. I used to ride paddle boats there when I was really little. We're headed to the main house of Inn on the Creek so we can check in. Our Thanksgiving meal is in less than 1 hour, so after we check in, we'll drop our bags in our bungalow. The inn is about 50 miles north of Austin, and it's nestled along the banks of Salado Creek in this historic village. The older part of the inn was built in 1892, as you can see above the front door. The inn has 6 different lodging facilities and 2 restaurants. I love having the deer just outside of our bungalow.
Here's our cute little bungalow. We are in bungalow number 3. Who's there to greet me? Let's go upstairs, Daisy. Do a little bungalow tour. So I guess you would call this a walk-up. This is just like the little sunroom, I guess, and then cool little porch.
The bungalow sleeps 5 and has a full kitchen, but only 1 bathroom.
And here we have a living area. We go back here. We have a kitchen. There's Grant. We have a dining table. We have another little porch here with a day bed on it.
Daisy's already looking for the deer.
This is where the beautiful views happen in the morning. This is one of the bedrooms. Cute, kind of a combination of antiques and regular furniture. Here is the bathroom with a shower tub combo. Here is the larger bedroom.
Here's the menu for Thanksgiving dinner at Alexander's.
This is the creek that runs behind Inn on the Creek. Really super scenic. And then this is Alexander's, where we just had our Thanksgiving dinner. This is the main house, which we've stayed in many times, but we like staying in the bungalows because we can bring our dog.
So I totally forgot to film our meal because I forgot to take my camera with me. I had the turkey and everyone else in the family had the prime rib, and we all had the pumpkin creme brulee for dessert. After we finished Thanksgiving dinner, we went out by the creek and took photos that will hopefully go on our Christmas cards. We also took several photos in this area as well, with the deer in the background. Here's the one I chose for our Christmas card.
So a little backstory on where we are. We're down in central Texas, just a little bit north of Austin. I first started coming here as a kid, but none of this was here. And the deer that are all over the place weren't visible back then either. We used to come down here to stay at a place called Stagecoach Inn. I didn't love it back then. But starting 20 years ago, I started coming here with my mom and my sister and staying at the same bed and breakfast. There really weren't any deer in those days, but the shopping was great. The food was great. The town, as you'll see soon, is so cute. We used to have a good time. Then I didn't come for many, many years. So we started coming down here again about 5 or 6 years ago. My kids just love it here. They're such city dwellers that for them, this is such a break from the city. And especially when my son was still in high school and my daughter was still in high school, they just would be so stressed by this time of year. And it was a great time to, I'm looking at the hawk up above. It was a great time for them to just get away and have some peace and quiet and just take it easy. So now we're hooked on it. They want to come here all the time. So we have the dog here with us, and my husband and my son. You can see the deer right back over there. My husband and my son are out walking her. Well, she's just a little white fuzzball, and there are hawks all over the place here. So I always kind of worry about her because she's small, but we have her on a leash. But when you come out in the mornings, like when we first wake up to go take her out, you can hear the trees rustling with all the hawks. Here's why they call it In on the Creek. Now, from the bungalow where we are, this is not the best creek view. The best view is definitely over by the main house, but they don't allow pets. Good morning. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and it's time for us to go in for breakfast in the main house.
It smells delicious in here. I can't wait to see what we're having for breakfast today. I love this antique fireplace, and it has a framed article on top from back in the 90s. After breakfast, we decided to come into town. Honestly, we could have walked from our place. This is where you start to feel like you're in a Hallmark holiday small town. We love to go to the shops on Main, and in the back they have the Marketplace Cafe where they have great coffee drinks and they make incredible crepes. We're going to have kind of an early lunch. Honestly, what I really want is a good latte. Okay, I was hoping they would have at least one type of sugar-free latte. They had like 12. And you know, in Dallas, all you can get is vanilla. Just one more reason why I fantasize about retiring here. My son and I decided to split a Monte Cristo crepe. And of course, we both had coffee. This is half of a crepe with ham, Gruyere, and raspberry chipotle jam. We decided we would shop around a bit in the store, and usually I get my kids some Christmas ornaments here each year for their collection, but I didn't really see anything that I wanted this year, although I did buy a couple of small gifts for people. This year they are having their 65th annual Salado Christmas stroll, so I have a feeling they will probably have more merchandise out for that.
We have been getting fudge from Sir Wigglesworth here truly for decades, and while I prefer my own fudge that I make at Christmas time, my daughter wants to get some fudge here. They have a million varieties. Get whatever you want, honey.
There are lots of sculptures here and historical markers everywhere. Not the most beautiful sculpture ever, but it's before a bridge, so it's the Billy Goat Gruff. Here's the Barton House. This house was originally built in 1866 for one of the first doctors in Salado, and I think it used to be a bed and breakfast, and now it's a very nice restaurant. They have their own garden and everything else comes from local farms. Many of the shops along Main Street are original from the mid-1800s. This definitely lends to the Hallmark holiday town look. Okay, I'm going to show you my favorite store, 21 Main. I have been coming here for years. Everything is beautifully displayed, and the piano in the center of the store, especially with the chandelier over it, is just perfect. Shops like this have disappeared from my area of Dallas, so I love to stock up on hostess gifts and holiday goodies when I'm here. This store always puts me in the best Christmas spirit, especially when they have someone playing Christmas carols on the piano. So today I bought some beautiful greeting cards that I collect, and I bought some ornaments. They always have a lot of pink ornaments here for my pink tree, and I bought some things that I use for serving charcuterie. Look at this gorgeous Niven Morgan display. It does not disappoint. I was thrilled to see what great shape this home is in now. It was built in 1857, but I'm not going to lie, my favorite time for this home was in the early 2000s when it was a Mexican restaurant. Greenfield is a great coffee shop, and they have incredible avocado toast. Very generous with the avocado. When I was a kid, we used to stay at the Stagecoach Inn every summer. It's been undergoing a huge renovation and it looks really nice. This log cabin sits on Main Street and it was a gift shop when I was a kid. It's probably the oldest structure in town. Nothing says Hallmark Holiday Town like people bringing their fresh cut Christmas tree home. On our last night here, we went back to Alexander's for dinner. I love how pretty everything looks with the path of luminaria leading up to the restaurant. They have a lot of farm-to-table items on the menu, and they get much of their grass-fed beef from nearby 44 farms, which we are big fans of, and we even know one of the owners. One of the big attractions for us to Salado is that there's a lot of grass-fed beef in this area and a lot of farm-to-table restaurants, so it's easy to watch what we eat. I love their Christmas tree here. When we come here at night for dinner, we always like to sit on the third floor, which is the bar. It's different from the first and second floors. It's so cozy.
Hello. I'm doing all right. How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
I wondered if I would see you.
Yeah, here we
Same
are.
thing every year, right?
Right.
We're
See
back.
you again.
Well, you guys were downstairs yesterday, right?
Yes.
We were.
After dinner, we went for a walk around the property and to look at all the Christmas lights. And then later, the kids went down to Barrow Brewery. They have a lot of really unique offerings there, and you can walk there from in on the creek. During the daytime, they have food trucks as well. On our last morning here, I woke up and noticed this little abandoned cottage behind our bungalow. It doesn't even look real. Sadly, it's time to pack up the car and head back to Dallas. I have to say goodbye to the deer. They're my favorite part. I hope you've enjoyed discovering and exploring my favorite little Hallmark holiday town. Happy holidays!